All right, we are standing right on the edge of a massive robotic revolution. But, it's probably not what you're picturing. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on a future that's way less about some wild sci-fi movie and a whole lot more about the reality that's unfolding right now. Okay, so when I say the word robot, what immediately pops into your head? Is it some kind of shiny metal butler? Or maybe a super smart, all-powerful machine from a blockbuster film? For the longest time, that's been the picture, right? But what's actually happening around us is, well, it's a lot more subtle and honestly, way more exciting. And that right there is where the whole story changes. We're really starting to move away from that old fear of robots coming in to replace us. Instead, we're looking at a future where they work with us. The big idea, the one to remember, is partnership. So where are we going to see this partnership show up first? Well, let's start with a place a lot of us know pretty well, the workplace. We are stepping into the age of the new collaborative coworker. And this new coworker, it actually has a name, the cobot. Now, this is not your typical robot, the ones locked away in a cage on a factory floor. A cobot is built from the ground up to share a workspace with people, to complement our own skills with its own amazing strengths. This really lays out the huge difference. I mean, on one side, you've got the old school robots, totally isolated, just doing one thing over and over, pure automation. But on the other side, you've got cobots, designed to work right alongside us, helping us out directly. The whole mindset just splits from automation to collaboration. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. Think about healthcare. A surgeon's incredible skill can be amplified by a cobot's absolutely steady hand. Or on a factory line, a cobot can handle all the heavy back-breaking lifting. And what does that do? It frees up the human workers to focus on the stuff we're great at: creativity, critical thinking, and making those tough decisions. Okay, so let's step out of the factory now and zoom out into the wider world. The next big leap for robots isn't just about being collaborative, it's about being autonomous and on the move. The big challenge these new robots are designed to crack is navigating unpredictable environments. I mean, these aren't just following a line on the floor. They're loaded with sophisticated sensors and AI that let them see, understand, and react to the messy, real world, all in real time and completely on their own. And we're already seeing this autonomy grow across different levels. It starts with something that's becoming more and more common, like self-driving cars trying to figure out our city streets. Then you scale that up to things like citywide delivery drones buzzing around. And finally, you get to these incredibly advanced robots for disaster response, machines that can go into treacherous places that are just way too dangerous for any person. So why is this such a big deal? Well, because these autonomous systems can go where it's either super inefficient or flat out too dangerous for people. Picture it: agricultural robots out in the fields 24/7, tending to crops with millimeter-perfect precision, or explorer bots going into a collapsed mine. They really become these invaluable extensions of what we can do. But this whole evolution doesn't just stop at the factory or in our cities. Nope. The next phase brings robotics right into our homes, into our personal lives, with machines designed not just to do physical stuff, but for social connection. And this quote just nails the shift in thinking. We're going beyond just pure function and into the world of feeling. The goal here is to build machines that can actually understand human emotions, our gestures, our tone of voice, and use that to create real, meaningful interactions. And they're going to have some very human-centric jobs. Imagine a companion robot for an elderly person who lives alone, just to provide some company and help with reminders. Or think about a super patient adaptive tutor for a kid who's struggling with a new language. These robots are literally being designed to fill the gaps, to connect technology with one of our most basic human needs: connection. But of course, this immediately opens up some really deep questions, right? As these machines get woven into the very fabric of our social lives, where do we draw the line? It's a huge conversation we need to have about trust, about ethics, and about what relationships even mean. All right, now let's really push the boundaries. Let's go even further. We're moving from our workplaces and our homes to frontiers that are almost hard to wrap your head around: the microscopic world inside our own bodies and the infinite darkness of outer space. And this is where things get truly wild. On one end of the spectrum, we're talking about tiny micro-robots that could, one day, swim through our bloodstream to deliver medicine right to a single cancer cell. Then, on the complete opposite end, you have these huge autonomous robots building habitats on Mars, getting it ready for us.
It's the same fundamental technology, just applied at two completely different, incredible extremes. And, a huge key to unlocking these frontiers is what's called bio-inspired design. I mean, why try to reinvent the wheel when Mother Nature has spent millions of years perfecting it? Engineers are literally looking at insects, birds, and fish to create robots that can copy their efficiency, letting them do things we once thought were absolutely impossible. And when we look up at the stars, robots are going to be our trailblazers. They'll be the builders, the miners, the scientists on other worlds, paving the way for humanity to follow. They are, in a very real sense, our explorers, pushing our senses and our reach way out into the cosmos. So, after exploring all of these incredible, mind-blowing possibilities, we have to bring it back down to Earth. Because with this kind of technological power comes a massive amount of responsibility. It's really on us, on all of us, to write the rulebook for this new human-robot world. And the big challenge here isn't to hit the brakes on innovation. Not at all. It's to guide it. We absolutely have to make sure that these breakthroughs benefit everybody, that they're rolled out safely, fairly, and with a really clear sense of what we're trying to achieve. And this forces us to ask some really tough fundamental questions. As robots and humans work more closely together, how do we redefine what work even is? As they come into our homes, how do we make sure our privacy is protected? And maybe the trickiest one, when an autonomous machine messes up and causes harm, who's responsible? These aren't just tech problems. They are deeply, deeply human problems. Because ultimately, the future of robotics isn't really about the machines we're building. It's kind of like a mirror, reflecting our own values, our own hopes, and our own fears right back at us. So as we design these partners that are going to work with us, explore with us, and even live with us, the real question is, what kind of future are we actually designing for ourselves?